What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FieldGamers channel. I know my last video was a little longer than I planned it to be, so I'm going to try to get this one going a little quicker. So let's go ahead and get started with tables and desks. Alright, here we go. So here's the first types of tables that I'm going to show you. Now these are very basic tables, and a lot of people don't realize, but pistons, and I showed it to you in my last video with stools, but you can also use them for tables. If you dig 2 down, put a redstone torch, and then put a piston on the second block, the redstone torch will push the piston up and it'll make it look like a table. So you can either arrange them like this, so that you have a bunch of them like that, or you can just have a single one, which looks a little better if you're just doing like a small table. So there's that. And then you also can use fence posts and pressure plates for tables. Now if you make a long table like this, the one downfall to this is that you are going to have cracks in between your table. So if you don't like that, you can just make a little table like this. And then I added the signs. Those are optional. But I added the signs just to add a little bit of oomph to it. But for these, I think they look better when they're just by themselves like this, because then you don't have a table with cracks in it. Because honestly, tables don't have those cracks in it like that. That's not really a normal looking table. So it's up to you. And then you also have more of a bar kind of thing table. So like you can only do this if you have a wall, because let me show you. If you have a trap door like this, you can put the trap doors on the wall, shut them, open, whatever. But if they're down, it looks like a bar. So there's a bar table kind of idea. And then usually you can just put the chairs right in front of it and it looks fine. So there's that idea. Next, there are 2 different ways you can make these tables with chair or with stairs. And you can either, I'll go ahead and show you how to do it. You can either create the stairs, you have to click the top half of the block so that the stair is up or the opposite way instead of like this. You don't want it to be like that. And then you do the same thing to the other side like this. And then you get this table look where there's a space underneath like a table would be, but then there's no place to put your legs underneath the table. So if you don't like that option, you can do this option instead, where you basically, I'll go ahead and show you how to do it. You do it the opposite way. You put the stair like this, so that there's like the stair is coming out towards you, so it looks like there's a ledge on the table, so your feet can go under it when you're sitting down. So you can do the same thing like this. And for the sides, you do this so that on every side it looks like the table is protruding outward on the upper half, like a normal table usually would, so you can sit down and put your feet under. So that's those 2 different options with stairs. And then for this texture pack, these are actually, what do you call them, crafting tables, and they actually look like countertops, so I like it. For this texture pack, depending on what texture pack you can use just this, or you can use, I've seen people use tree stumps. Those look really good for bar looks. But this is just like a table bar, so depending on how big your house is, or maybe you can use it for a kitchen, whatever you want to use it for. I like using this a lot. And then over here we have I like to think of it as a dining table, because usually some dining tables, the nice ones, they're like see-through. So if you take glass like this and then you put signs on the outside, it makes it look more like a table, because if you don't put any signs, it'll just be like too see-through, and it just looks like glass sitting on a floor, so that doesn't look right. So there's that. Let me go back to the beginning real quick. And here we have a desk. So for the desk, you can use any kind of block, but make sure that they're 3 blocks wide so that you have enough room to make a desk. And then in the middle, you can put a pressure plate and a picture behind it, depending on what the picture is, whichever one looks better. But it's supposed to create a laptop illusion, so it looks like a laptop. Really, I think it's really cool. And then a switch, which just it looks like a mouse. So very simple, very easy to make. And then these are 2 tables that I just came up with today, actually. And this one on the right is a pool table, and then one on the left is supposed to be a ping pong table. Honestly, the ping pong table is my favorite. I've yet to use it in any of my home designs, but I'm definitely, since I just made it up today, but I will definitely be using this in my next house because I love it. I'm going to have a game room in my next home that I make, and I'll have this definitely, no matter what, included in it because I love it. But here, basically, let me show you. I'll go ahead and take some of this apart so you can see how it's done. You just put, for the corners, green wool, and unfortunately you can't make half blocks of wool. That's something that they just haven't added yet to the game. So Unfortunately, it'd be a lot nicer if this was all green, like a pool table, but instead I just put this here, and you have to put it on the top half of the block. If you click the top bottom half of the block, it won't look right, so make sure it's the top half of the block, and then it'll protrude above the ground and look like a pool table. This, done the same way, but for a ping pong table, there has to be 1, 2, 3 in the center so that the net will be centered. And this is actually like a I forget what the material is called. It's called like it's not a fence, but it's like a gate kind of thing. Yeah, let me check the inventory what they're called. I don't remember what they're called, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So I'll go ahead and see. They're called iron bars. So yeah, you use iron bars for the net, and it kind of looks like a net. So there's that. And here, if you use half floors, these only work. These are 2 different designs that only work with half slab floors. Basically, you dig down into the half slab floor, and you put. Let me go ahead and show you. 2 fence posts here, 2 fence posts there, and then you put the half slabs on top like this. And then usually, if you're on the floor level, the table is too high off the ground. So if you're using half slab floors, then you're elevated off the ground enough for it to actually work. So that's a good idea. And then over here, same thing. If you dig zip past that, you use like a regular white wool block, put the half slabs around the whole table, and they appear to be half wool blocks, but they're not. They're actually just wool blocks, but they're underneath. And then you can just use half slabs on top of that, and then it looks like a table that's only a full block off the ground, even though they're actually a block and a half off the ground. So there's that idea. And then you have another desk idea. Basically what I did here was, I'll go ahead and show you this. 2 blocks, a half block in the middle, the 3 blocks in the back, and then you have this little area where you can put your feet under. And then you put signs on both sides, and you put a capital O in the center of the sign. It makes it look like a doorknob or a handle for opening up a drawer. So it gives the illusion that there's drawers on a desk, like a desk would usually have. And then for the last idea, same thing. You use the blocks, make it look like this is actually more of a drawer, not even a table, this is just drawers. But I'm going to be using these in my bedroom designs, which I'll be showing you in a later video. So I might as well just show you how to make them. You just blocks, and then again the signs, put an O in the middle, and it looks like a little knob to open and shut a drawer. Same with this one, but you can add trapdoors to the side to add a little oomph to it if you want to, but that is completely your choice. So, thank you for watching. I will be doing another furniture video again after this one. I still haven't decided what furniture I still have yet to show you, but I will figure that out for my next video, so I hope you guys come back, and thank you for watching. Also, follow me on Twitter and subscribe. Thank you for watching.